Hello Stamping Stars, I'm Danny and I have volunteered to do the February video this month, and I'll be showing you how to make this cute little drawer style box. And as it's the month of February, I thought it would be nice to have a little Valentine themed box, but you don't have to make it Valentine. Obviously you can change up the papers so that it will suit whoever you're going to give it to. So let me show you what it is. It's a little pulley drawer system. So you open it and there's a little pop-up message here. That's quite cute. So I have made it so that this holds a dairy milk that is 110 grams. It holds it exactly, so it fits perfectly in that box, and you've got this little pop-up message, and it is quite cute. So the products I have used is from the mini catalogue. The Be Mine. The papers, I've used the ribbon, the lovely sentiments, but I've run out of the sentiments now. The Be My Valentine I didn't have because I used the one in the annual catalogue that I'd bought last year, and it's got Happy Valentines on it, and it's got these little messages that I thought were quite cute for the little sentiment that pops up, the little message that pops up inside the box. They're small enough to go on it. Then I have used Thoughtful Expressions. That is the sentiment on top of the box. And I've used this one, the third one, from the middle. And these are lovely. There's loads of lovely stitched layered dies here. You get loads for your money. And then the other last but not least product is the Radiating Stitches dies, and for this last month's class I did 2 boxes, and I did the heart for the pop-up sentiment and a circle. So you know, obviously if you haven't got that you don't need it, but that's the sort of thing small enough to pop up inside. You could just have a little circle punch or something. Use whatever you have in your stash. So let's get started. Just to say also, for every fun fold I do or box, I usually make it in a retired card, and then I write all the instructions on. That's the inside of the box, and that's the sleeve. And then just to give the idea of how the box works, I've got this little acetate in there. So I usually keep that so that I know what my project looks like, and if I want something in a hurry, it's quite handy. It's all very messy, excuse the writing. So this is the instructions. If you want a proper PDF on it, just message me and I will email you all of it, or you can just take a photo screen of that. Just try and get it in shot. There we go. So we're going to start with the inside of the box first. Now I've cut all my stuff out already. So that's the inside of the box, 12 by 20 and scored on 2 centimeters on all 4 sides. And then what I'm going to do is cut up and miter these little 4 squares on each side. Oops, got that stuck to me. I'm going to cut that and cut into that little square. Well, that's going to annoy me now. I'm going to have to change my scissors. Right, and do that on the other opposite side. try and cut the score line out so you don't get a score line in there, and you get something like that. You're then going to burnish all these, and when you burnish your box, the better the box holds its shape. So keep doing it. You do it once, that's fine, but if with the sleeve especially, I think, keep burnishing the sleeve so that it will fit nicely around it. So there we go. So then we are going to put to glue this in there like that. So first of all, this is my front, and I'm going to put my paper on there. So my paper, my DSP I've chosen, that's the front DSP, it's 1.5 by 7.5, and I'm just going to glue that down. Is that off screen? Yes, it is, isn't it? So once I've glued that, then I'm going to punch through. So we need one of these. So I'm just going to eyeball it and sort of in the middle and punch through the DSP and the card. And then I'm going to take this lovely ribbon, take about 5 centimeters, and then going to poke this through that hole. I'm going to make a little point so that it can poke through. And you can take your picky tool as well. So I'm going to make it so that it's got a little pulley thing, and then splay this apart. And then this is where you need tear and tape for this project, because you need it for the acetate as well. So you're going to hide this bit. So that's going to go like that. And that, you're not going to see that. I'm going to cover it up with card. So that's my little pulley thing done. So then I'm going to start making my box. So let's get the 4 corners just glued on. So align it up and then glue it together like that. And that's the same that side. And then the same on this side. These 4 little squares, line it up. You can use the tear and tape, or you could use Seal Plus. That's quite good for boxes if you prefer that. I do prefer the glue, the wet glue, because it gives me a little time to glue it and gives me some wiggle time, because I'm not very good at doing it first off. So then you've got an untidy piece here. So that is where the little card comes, that's DSP front back inside card is 1.9 by 7.9. It's just a millimetre short of the width, because that's 8 centimetres basically. So I'm just going to cover up that with a bit of card so it looks nice and neat. And if you want to do the back bit, so that it's the same, you don't have to though. And then just really squash it together. Squashing it's a crafting term. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there. And hope loads doesn't come out. There we go. So the next thing is to do my little message at the top. So that is this window sheet, that's what it's called in the catalogue, in the annual catalogue, or it's actually acetate. So that's 17 by 2 centimetres, and if you can cut it a little bit thinner than 2 centimetres, it's better, but it's a bit it slips out very easily. So and then you score it at 6 centimetres on the long side, and then I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape. When you're working with acetate, tear and tape or glue dots are the best. Wet glue doesn't stick to it. And then you get your 6 centimetre bit and sort of push it right to the middle of your box as much as you can, and then you've got this little sort of floppy bit. So then I have put my inner DSP, which is 15.5 by 7.5, and I'm going to hide that. I'm going to stick that down. So you don't see the acetate, but to be honest, the chocolate will cover it up. So if you don't want to waste your DSP on the inside, you don't need to. So then you've got to work on this little message here, and I am going to do a heart. You need 2 hearts, and I'm going to put the I love you on this one. I'm going to have to stand up on this, I can't see. That just about fits. And then you need 2 hearts so that you stick your tear and tape on one side and stick that on there. And then with this one, I'm going to put some wet glue on the outside if it comes out. And that should stick on there. I'm sticking it sort of on the outside where it's going to stick to the other bit of card. There it is. And you could put a little gem or something there. So that's the base, that's the inside layer. Then we want to do the outside sleeve. So then I have cut that out. This is 22.4 by 16.1. And it's just slightly so that you've got a 1 millimetre on the measurements added on to all of the school lines, only so that it fits around the inner box. So that's why it's a bit strange measurements. So 2, score on the long side at 2, then 4.1, 12.2, 14.3, and then you've got this extra flap. So before I do that, I'm just going to layer this on, and I have taken a lemon and lime twist, picked up the colour in here. The lemon and lime card layer is 15.5 by 7.5, and the DSP layer is 15 by 7. And then I've layered that on, and I'm going to put that onto here. You can either stick the box together, or you can put it on before you stick it, the sleeve rather, not the box. So then that should layer on quite well. You could just put a DSP layer if you want rather than card. I thought I wanted to pick up the green in the DSP, the lemon and lime. So just burnishing the school lines, burnish them really well, and then that is going to fit like that. So this little tab here, 2 centimetre tab, I'm going to put my glue on that, and that is going to fit, and I'll line that up so that it's all neat and squared up, and then that should fit in here perfectly. There we go. Okay, so then it's all about decoration. So I'm going to do the sides. So the sides of the DSP is 15.5 by 1.5. So I'm just going to glue that on. And that is just matching my front part of the box. Like that little checkered yellow. Now you could do this in Sweet Sorbet, the box, because that's the colour in these papers, and it does look stunning. The Sweet Sorbet, but I'm running out of Sweet Sorbet, and I know Sweet Sorbet is going to be retiring soon, so I don't want to buy another pack. So I thought I'll go spring-like and do a yellow, a Daffodil Delight. So the next thing, now another little thing is, I wanted to say, so I've got my little die cut, but it doesn't fit on. So what I've done is I've actually just stamped it onto another piece of card, cut it, and I'm just going to stick it on like that. So stick it on in the middle bit, not at the ends, because it just overlaps. So just going to stick that onto there, sort of centrally. And then I've already cut a little bee out, cute little bee with a flower on it. Put dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to put that up there, and that is going to go on like that. And then because this is not going to go in the post, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back as well. I think it looks nicer. Trying to get you in shot. I keep coming out of shot, don't I? So take those off and then pop that on wherever you want it. And then the last thing is to get a bow, make a little bow. So you need about 20 centimeters for this, and hopefully that's enough. And I would put this on with a couple of glue dots. So where is it? And pop it on there like that, and you could put a few little gems as well. So there we go. Then your little chocolate bar should go in it. Let's have a look. Should fit. There we go. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a go at this. Enjoy making it. And there we go. That's your little box with a little pop-up sentiment. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a go. Thank you for joining me.